Welcome to my video about the most famous ancient coin collectors. So, coin collecting, it's a very interesting hobby. It used to be known as the hobby of kings. Being known as the hobby of kings, basically, it just meant that you had to be really wealthy, you had to have plenty of money to have the time and the money to collect coins. But as the 17th, 18th centuries came around, you had a higher middle class develop. And these guys started collecting coins too, as it signified a form of sophistication. Because what it really is, specifically ancient coins and that I specialize in, is that it's ancient sculptures of the ancient times in miniature for you to collect. So, very interesting hobby in itself. So, speaking of the first coin collector that I'm gonna get into is Emperor Augustus. Emperor Augustus collected different coins of the then times ancient world, contemporary coins at the time, and he even gave them as gifts. Augustus is known as the emperor that was around during the birth and lifetime of Jesus Christ. So it's actually very interesting. Perhaps one of the reasons I think that he collected coins is because he himself minted coins of his own. So perhaps he wanted to find the best styles and get the best coins out there. That's just one idea. So this guy actually is on coins, and his coins are pretty plentiful because he issued both bronze, silver, and gold coins in ancient times. So that's interesting. Next, what a lot of people don't know is that the founding fathers of America, Thomas Jefferson being one of them, being known for the Declaration of Independence, which took a little while to write, that made America the free country that it is. He was actually a collector of ancient coins. Another interesting thing to note is that during this time they were actually studying the Republican time period. And if you look at Washington D.C., all the structures that were built, they were built in the classical style with the columns and a lot of these other different things. So, next president that is known to have collected coins is John Quincy Adams, 1821 to 1825. So, what's also interesting about this guy and the previous guy is that Thomas Jefferson is on the $10 United States note, the Federal Reserve note, and John Quincy Adams is on one of the recently released, presidential series coins. So, coin collector being put on a coin. That's actually kind of an interesting trend to look through with several of these guys. Next, Franklin Delano Roosevelt. On American coinage, the 10-cent piece has, Roosevelt's portrait on it. After he died, they actually they replaced the old Mercury dime, which had Liberty wearing a cap with a thing. It was known as the Mercury dime, and he got placed on there because, he was a very popular president. And he was also a coin collector. So, coin collector being put on a coin. So, that's another interesting thing to note. Next, Tony Blair is also have been known to collect coins. So, now getting into actors and other famous people, James Earl Jones. A lot of people actually have watched, Star Wars, and he's the guy who had the voice of Darth Vader. Luke, I am your father. Collect this coin now. So, Wayne Gretzky is also another coin collector, but the way he approaches the field is that he doesn't really care about the historical value like a lot of collectors do. The story behind it, and a lot of other things. He just sees the value in it. He sees it more as an investment. So here's another collector, more of an investor collector. So that's very interesting to know. But yet still he collects coins. I can't tell you whether ancient or not, but Buddy Ebsen actor. This is actually a really funny picture. This is a picture from Beverly Hillbillies. He was a really famous, actor in an American TV show, Beverly Hillbillies, with these hillbillies going to Beverly Hills. and he played an ignorant ignoramus, coming to Beverly Hills, but in real life he actually collected coins, so he was actually quite sophisticated. Penny Marshall, you guys, those in America, there's a show, I have even seen reruns of it, but Laverne and Shirley, that was a very popular show during the 1970s. So one of the two actresses, Penny Marshall, actually is another coin collector. Who knew, right? Very interesting. Nelson Bunker Hunt. Now, this is a very interesting fella. During the 1980s, the Hunt brothers, him and his brother, they saw the potential of the silver market being actually quite small to be able to buy up so much silver to drive up the prices of silver. They succeeded up to a certain point. They drove it up to silver to about 80s in the 1980s. But what happened actually is that due to unforeseen circumstances, he wound up running out of money buying up all the silver. And they had to sell off his possessions, which included an amazing ancient Greek and Roman coin collection. This coin collection actually featured, let me show you right here. I was just reading an article about it. This coin that he had in his collection is called the Brutus Ides March denarius. Let me quickly get to it to show you what it is. So you see, I have the original Sotheby's catalog from June 19th, 1990. So because this is a series of the most famous coin collectors, it can't be complete without the most famous Roman coins of them all. So let me read you a quick description of what this coin is about. This is one of the most remarkable and evocative coins ever struck. As a record of one of the most infamous acts in history, it stands unparalleled. So this coin basically celebrates the act of killing of Julius Caesar by Brutus. This is one of the very few coins of antiquity whose striking was deemed of such importance that its manufacture was recorded by contemporary historians. Dio Cassius in the 2nd century AD wrote of this coin, and also on the coins which he caused, this is a quote, and also on the coins which he caused to be struck, he exhibited a likeness of himself and a cap and 2 daggers. That the portrait of Brutus appears on all on this coin is worthy of comment. Prior to Julius Caesar, no Roman coin had borne the likeness of a living Roman. Despite bitter opposition in the Senate, Julius Caesar was granted this special privilege, thus setting a precedent for the future. The irony is that one of those opposing the issue was Brutus himself. And so his portrait coins display yet another of his betrayals. The Ides of March denarius, on the obverse, states the name of the man who struck the fatal blow and bears his likeness. The reverse notes the day, Ide Mar, the Ides of March. The reason, the Pileus, the cap of liberty. The cap of liberty is right here in the middle. It's known to stand for, liberty. The Pileus, the cap of liberty, and the method that it was done with. These are actually called Pugio daggers. They weren't actually that long. They were about this big. And they had to sneak them into the Senate House underneath their cloaks. And while Mark Antony was held outside, delayed outside, who could have, came to Caesar's aid, these guys, struck the blows, and, Brutus, strikes him down, and Julius Caesar is like, you too, my son, or you too, Brute, you too, Brutus. So, very interesting thing. So, this the picture from the original 1990 catalog, which was selling off this Nelson Bunker Hunt's collection. The coins in here are actually of amazing quality and rarity. I'm actually really happy to have this catalog because obviously it's a limited edition, and the beauty of the coins he collected is just amazing. You know, just look at this, guys. We got amazing Greek coins. We got amazing Roman coins and things like that. So, yeah, Nelson Bunker Hunt cornered the silver market, raised silver up to a really high price, and then he had to sell his coin collection. And this coin has been in 2 other collections. One was of Mr. Weinraub, a very famous collector. Reading this article, it says Cy Weinraub, but I think it's the guy's name is something else. I think it might be James, but basically he was a famous Hollywood producer. So this coin was in his collection. So in 1990, this coin went from this guy's collection. This is the most desirable coin, by the way, because it was struck actually super nice. And then it wound up actually being even in this Hollywood actor's Peter Weller. Peter Weller, I just read this in the article, and it was in his collection. Apparently he's a coin collector. He collected one of the most amazing coins of all. You know, if you're collecting Roman coins and you have this coin, you are, you're top of the game. So this guy actually collected this coin, connected from that billionaire, and very exciting. So the Hunt family, super wealthy, collected coins, and did a lot other business-wise. So this is a very interesting historical connection of Caesar, this combined together, the intrigue. By the way, that coin, it says here it's going to be auctioned off at the Long Beach Expo later this year, in September 7th, and it's going to be yielding over $500,000. So when it yields that, it may actually be the most highest priced silver Roman coin too. It may set a new record. It's just the coin is just way too amazing condition too, and it has a pedigree back to the early 20th century to other auctions. So since the last major sale by Sotheby's in the 1990, we're talking about 25 years. It's been traveling around here and there. So I'm actually very excited to see what happens with this coin. Next, King Farouk of Egypt. This is actually a very interesting character. He collected a whole bunch of things. He had 1,000 suits, 12 palaces. This guy people described him as a playboy. Also, he had the most amazing collection of coins. Later, what wound up happening is after he was dethroned in 1952, his coin collection was sold off by Sotheby's again in Cairo, and it included one of the highest priced American gold coins, with an interesting story to it, because it was a 1933 gold double eagle, and I believe it sold for about $7.5 million recently. So this guy had one of these really rare coins, and along with a whole bunch of other ones. So very interesting character, collected a whole bunch of coins. Next, there are many rumors about Nicole Kidman actually collecting coins. I've looked at several sources, and basically what happens is that you have celebrity interviewers, and most of them, they could not really give two hoots about what kind of coins she collected, why she started collecting. So I even sent her an email. I don't know, I'll probably never get a reply, but I would love to hear what kind of coins she collects, because this would be a really interesting person to hear about this topic from. So yeah, Nicole Kidman, give me 2 lines and I'll add you to this video. I'll add you in the what kind of coins you collect. I'll make a whole video about you. Okay, cool. Nicole, let's move on. This is actually very recently entered the Baseball Hall of Fame, and he has or had collects coins. See, I did the research. A lot of these people did collect ancient coins, or we wouldn't even really know, because it's probably private business and these guys didn't ask. But these guys are all coin collectors. That's for a fact. Paul McCartney, musician of the Beatles. Very interesting way about how he started coin collecting. So the Beatles are just starting out, and they have people start pelting them with like pennies and coins and things like that. And what happened is that the practice quickly stopped because Paul McCartney and the other Beatles just started picking up these coins and collecting them. So perhaps maybe not a professional numismatist, but definitely a coin collector, and really funny story to boot. Now, King Louis XIV, he's known as the Sun King, and I don't know if you guys are aware of the famous palace, the Palace of Versailles, that was built by this specific king, and he actually had attending to his coin collection, and he had people traveling all around that European area, getting him some of the finest of the most beautiful ancient coins possible. So, hobby of kings, perhaps this is one of those guys, along with Farouk and, other kings I'm going to mention in a minute. Now, Emmanuel III, King of Italy, he amassed a collection of about over 100,000 coins, I believe, and these are some of the rarest, some of the most beautiful coins possible. When he, when his kingship was over in 1946, he actually donated his collection, and apparently it's still around. You could still see it. So, Victor Emmanuel. What's also interesting about Victor Emmanuel is when you visit Rome nowadays, one of the main areas which was rebuilt was by Victor Emmanuel, and he's buried inside, the Pantheon. The Pantheon is a big circular domed structure with like a dome area, cupola area with an oculus. My understanding is he's also buried there. I remember seeing his name on the tomb. This was actually an ancient Roman structure. So Victor Emmanuel, a very important coin collection that he donated to the people. This guy is a sportscaster. For those who are into sports, he worked with ABC TV's, World of Sports for many years. Very famous in that arena. Another coin collector. I would say a smart guy. Next, John Larroquette, Emmy-winning actor. I don't know much about these different actors, but if you win an Emmy, you must be really good at acting. So I'm excited for him. Next, Bruce Williams, apparently number 2 after Rush Limbaugh, also collects coins. So that's interesting. Didn't know that. Now, one of the most colorful characters to collect coins is Dennis Rodman. Who knew? If you look at the guy, it's like, coins? Really? That you collected balloon animals or something. No, but he's smarter than he looks, definitely. So, next, Mayor Amschel Rothchild. So this guy is the founder of the Rothschild dynasty, and apparently either owned a coin shop or worked in a coin shop, but basically he knew the value of coins, and he was buying and selling them, and amassed a pretty great fortune, and his family is the wealthiest family in the world nowadays, so they probably have the best coin collection, who knows. So very interesting person, very famous, and very important historically too, if you think about it, since the Rothschilds are very much involved with the banking and the history of banking. You may want to watch this film called The Money Masters, and it actually talks about him too, a little bit there, in regards to, founding banks and things like that. Next, Jackie Onassis. Who knew that she collected coins? Apparently, she had an amazing, actually, gold coin collection. So, Jackie Onassis, hats off to you. Great job. Next, J.P. Morgan family. Very interesting that they actually collected. There is a museum called the Metropolitan Museum of Art in New York City. My favorite section in there, actually, is the Ancient Greek and Roman art exhibit. Ancient Greek and Roman. It includes artifacts, and includes statues. It also includes coins. And when you go there, when you get a chance to visit there, I highly recommend it. By the way, a tip. It's donation based, so you could tell them I want to donate like $5 instead of the $25 admission, and you get a ticket that way. A lot of people pay full price, but since it's government supported, anyways, when you walk in there, you can look at the coins, and you're gonna actually see that they came from the J.P. Morgan collection, also from the American Numismatic Association, and a whole bunch of other wealthy families. So some of the coins there, I'm really happy they're part of the museum now. Very amazing collection, and I may actually have some other catalog with some of his coins. You see also when collections like people of of importance such as this man and others, and Nelson Bunker Hunt, when their coins get sold, they get what's called a pedigree. A pedigree means they were in specific auctions and also in specific collections, and those coins are actually valued more. But also, especially, these coins are in especially fantastic states of preservation. What happens in a states of preservation like this, it's called condition rarity. That a coin in that specific condition is so much more wealthier. So J.P. Morgan family, they probably still collect coins. I don't know, likely so if the tradition continues. Next, Kellan Lutz, actor and model. This guy actually played in a 2014 movie called Hercules. I haven't seen it yet, but I think I might want to go buy it on Amazon or something. So that might be kind of interesting to watch. I like Greek and Roman stuff, so. Yeah, good job coin collecting. Perhaps maybe, that's why he played in the Hercules movie. It's like, cool, I like ancient history. Next, I don't know much about this guy, but apparently on his Twitter profile, he wrote that he's a coin collector. So somebody Twitter him, how do you say Twitter? Twatter? So somebody Twitter him and ask him what kind of coins he collects. That would be kind of interesting to add. Next, the Medici dynasty. The Medici family apparently was founded by Cosimo de' Medici, Duke of Florence. These guys are very much involved, my understanding is, with Renaissance, being patrons of arts. So since coins are ancient art and ancient sculpture and miniature, these guys are very important in regards to that. So Medici family, a lot of people know about them. So that's why they're included in this video. Next, Alessandro Farnese. Very interesting guy. He was a cardinal and the grandson of Pope Paul III. Both him and Pope Paul III collected ancient Greek and Roman coins. What's interesting about Alessandro Farnese is that he put together the finest Greek and Roman sculpture collection, including an ancient Greek and Roman coin collection that apparently you could still see to this day. That's definitely an interesting subject to explore further, but he definitely deserves to be part of this video, putting together such an amazing collection, and very important. Next, King George III. I didn't know this before researching this, but apparently he collected coins too. And him and his surgeon, they put together a coin collection and started apparently the first coin museum in England. You could still look at King George's coins in his museum. So this is kind of funny. This is my business card. I'm a coin dealer, enthusiast, expert, and author in this field. I make videos, I write articles and things like that. All available on my website, free. But I do sell ancient Greek and Roman coins. That's what I specialize in. And one of the benefits that people keep coming back to me for is that I professionally research the coins, and when they're buying from me, they're leveraging my many years of experience. I've worked with over 50,000 ancient coins, and I provide each one with a lifetime guarantee of authenticity, a professional-looking certificate of authenticity, including my signature, and the coin in a professional preservation holder. And you basically, whether you're a beginner collector or an expert collector, this additional work and paperwork where I cite, let's say a lot of times major reference or collection, adds incredible value to the coin. Because what happens a lot of times, people get these coins which have not been fully researched like I have. Also, the guarantee is great too. And I sell the coins on eBay. I have a best offer feature. So you could actually offer me, do your own research and offer me and get the best deals every time. So I'm pretty excited for you. So next, so if you would like to learn more about ancient coin collecting, visit my site trustedcoins.com, and I have over 40 different articles, probably closer to 50 now, a lot of them with video. So where I actually show actual physical coins. So you don't even have to buy them, obviously, but you can see what these ancient coins looked like. You know, ancient biblical coins, time of Jesus Christ, ancient Jewish coins, medieval coins, Christian coins, and, you know, coins from all over the world. And very nicely presented and researched. So it would be very exciting to for you to check it out. So excited for you to join this field or enjoy it even more with this video. Thumbs up the video and visit my website today. See you soon. Bye bye.